Hey guys, today we are going to unbox something special. This is my 4-year-old pre-order. I bought this back in 2019 and after 4 years, it's finally here. It came in 3 boxes, which is unfortunate. Shipping is a bit high, especially for the ones in the US. These 2 are actually fairly light, extremely light. It says 4.5 kilograms, but honestly, it doesn't feel like it's 4 kilograms. See, I can almost carry it on one hand. This is the heaviest of them all. So we are going to unbox this first, as I believe most of the stuff are here. This statue actually was promised to have a art box or maybe an art print. So I'm guessing if the commissioner followed through with that. But honestly, I think that he didn't. I didn't even expect that he will deliver this. Still thankful that I didn't get scammed yet. Okay, so box 1 came in the usual black foam and Velcro strap. So nothing much here actually. I actually like this factory a lot. It's quality in my opinion. The base is actually, it's really heavy. It feels like it's around 20 pounds. We do have the sticker. It's a custom Magneto. The edition size is 20 and I got number 15. Okay, this is just one layer. Yeah, let's get the next big thing, which is Magneto. So we have Magneto's body here. It almost came in one piece. We're just lacking the thing that holds his cape, his head, and his arms. A bit dusty. It has a lot of these weird textures here. I'm not sure if this is part of the scope. It doesn't make any sense at all. So he has a key on his left foot and a keyhole on his right, but we can't assemble him yet. We're still missing a few pieces. So we have a, what color is this? Turquoise type of blue, green. It's a metal thing from the plane that will be part of the base. Okay, more of this metal thing. Another one. Okay, we have now 4 pieces of this metallic thing. Oh, we have another one, a bigger piece. And again, same type of piece. Okay, last metal part. That's part of a plane. And the next things are actually portraits already. So we have first the unmasked portrait. Definitely not a fan by just looking at it. Nope, definitely. This is not the selling point for me. Next is, we have a masked portrait. This one actually looks pretty good. Kinda similar to the Magneto on throne that I have. But again, I'm not a fan and they did not align the helm to the face properly. But more on that later. So this is the blacked out portrait. I do love a portrait that looks like this. Still have the sticker on top which says number 15. And the good thing is this is my favorite portrait and they did align the helm properly, so which is nice. Okay, moving on. I believe this will be the cape or just auras. This is my first Magneto with auras, I think. But it's not the only one available with the auras. There was a Franco one with some auras. Let's take out the smaller ones first. Oh, it's not an aura. We have Magneto's right arm and we have the left arm here. Okay, so we have one of the auras. This kind of feels like an anime statue, to be quite honest. Okay, second aura. Forms like an M, like Magneto. Okay, so far so good. Last aura here. We got 3 big auras. Last box. Okay, so we do have a few more pieces here. It's like wires, like pentacles. So we got 1, We got two. To be very careful unboxing this. It's actually quite thin and might easily break. Okay, we have a tentacle here for sure. Yeah, so we have two tentacles or coils, and we have two of this thing that looks like wires. Last item is the cape. Gotta say, the cape is actually quite heavy. I was expecting it to be a lot more lighter since it will be floating like this. So definitely need something to put at the back so it doesn't lean. Okay, so we are gonna start assembly. Okay, so time to assemble this 4-year order. How many pieces are here? So we have 23 pieces right here, and we're gonna start assembly. I feel like we need to install this first, the turbine, because it's the innermost part here. Then I think we need to go with the aura next. You know what? I'm actually not a fan of this auras. If I can choose not to display them, I would most likely just not put them. Anyway, we're gonna start assembling these pieces first, then we'll figure out the other stuff later. Okay, so this one goes here. This feels like this goes here, but I'm not yet sure. We'll need to find this small thing first before we can actually do that. Oh, this one for sure. Okay, now I see where the aura thing goes. It's actually quite easy to assemble. This one will go here at the back. And there's this one thing that I don't know where it goes. Let's try and key this in. These two metal plates has the keyhole and peg for this to go. So let's try that. Yeah, okay. I think we could put Magneto now. Oh, okay, so his foot goes here, I think. Yeah. So this would most likely be here. Okay, that was hard. So this thing here goes here. It feels loose, very loose. I think this needs some heat blower to work. As you can see, the blue plate thing here where his left foot rests doesn't go all the way into the keyhole or peg here. So we are going to use the heat blower to soften this part here so we can move that.
A few moments later.
Okay, so after maybe 10 minutes of using the heat blower on both his legs, we were able to finally assemble Magneto. He is now sitting properly on the piece. It's really hard because this foot does have a key and this foot has a keyhole that you need to align to the base here. Assembly wise, this is extremely hard and I don't think engineering on this is well thought out. This is just really hard. Really hard. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna put back the turbine. Oh no. We can't put the turbine back. Okay, another problem. We cannot return the turbine for some reason. What's wrong? I think this part right here is not supposed to where it needs to be. Let's try and remove Magneto. Gotta say, assembly is really hard. Okay, so we're back in square one. Anyway, we have managed to assemble him. Let's put back all this small stuff. So one of the coils should go here. Or probably this one needs to be installed first before the aura. Maybe the auras are the last pieces. Yeah, now it goes all the way in. There's also another one here at the back. Then this definitely will need to go here. And this coil goes here. Okay. Now we can install the auras. This one will go here at the back. This one will go here. The last one, we still need to drill a hole. I think we need to install the cape. I'm not really a fan. This is really heavy and I don't trust the engineering of this statue at all. It has 2 keys and pegs again. Okay, definitely not sure if... I think this statue will break. Magneto is quite flimsy, as you can see. He moves a lot. For some reason. Although everything seems to be sticking fine. And I think I need to heat blower this so it would sit properly. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think this is how deep. It's pretty deep. Might as well use the portrait. Okay, there you go. We have completely assembled my 4-year pre-order Magneto. Okay, so I have a lot of mixed emotions with this statue. I'm disappointed on the timeline it took for it to deliver since it was 4 years, how hard it was to assemble the statue, and the stability of the statue. I'll try to be as objective as I can with these reviews, so bear with me. As far as the concept goes, we have a levitating Magneto who seems to be powering up, similar to that of anime statues, thanks to its purple aura. The base is a turbine or engine from a plane with some metal parts crippled surrounding it and 4 tentacles behind Magneto. Gotta say, the floating cape is something to marvel at, and kudos to the studio for doing something as daring as this. I only wish that the cape was lighter, actually a lot more lighter. The cape is just so extremely heavy in my opinion. I don't know how this statue will be long term, but as for the concept, I gotta hand it to the studio. Killer concept, great pose for Magneto, and a very unique Magneto statue to own. And before I forget, Magneto comes with 3 portraits and no light-up features. Magneto stands around 25.5 inches tall. The cape is the highest point of the statue, 23 to 24 inches wide. A bit hard to measure the width as it's from the aura from the right going to the cape on the left. As for the depth, it's around 17 inches deep. Again, a bit too hard to measure, but it goes from this aura on the front going to the back, which is this cape right here. Now let's talk about the sculpt. Gotta say, it has a lot of details and textures which I like, obviously. At the base, you see a lot of metal-like textures which looks really nice. You also see some details like rivets and other stuff, especially at the back part of the statue. Going to Magneto, I love the combination of areas with textures and ones without. It also has these lines which helps in emphasizing his muscles. The details and textures seems highly visible and doesn't suffer from casting or 3D printing issues. However, his belt and the thing that holds his cape isn't as sharp print-wise versus the other areas of the statue. Also, there are these leather-type textures on his neck, which I am not a fan of. First time I've seen a Magneto with those textures. Good thing is it's covered by the cape. Also, I feel like Magneto is a bit underscaled, not that much. Lastly, the portraits. The unmasked portrait is plain ugly in my opinion. Others may like it though, but definitely not for me. The other two are really good. good. In my opinion, the black portrait is 100% my favorite. Lastly is the paint on the statue. This is where the statue does not shine in my opinion. On the base, the metal or gray or silver parts are painted quite well in my opinion. It's not the usual gray custom studios use, so this is nice, really nice in fact. However, the choice of color on these blue metal parts just doesn't make sense to me. If this was the X-Jet or the X-Men plane, it would have been a lot better if it was darker type of blue or even black. The choice of blue is just an eyesore in my opinion. Next are the coils. It's just ugly again. I don't understand the art direction on the paint, on why it's painted so clean. No oil, no grease, no shading. And it is too bright. If it was darker, I think it would have been better. If it was the same paint as the turbines here on the base, this coil thing would have been a lot better. Going to Magneto himself, everything seems to be okay except for his belt and the thing that holds his cape. It is just not painted good at all. It's almost as if it is metallic pink when it should be purple or violet. Going to the portraits, the unmasked portrait's hair does look nice with all the highlights. The eyes are decals. Some wet effect or gloss paint would have been nice on the eyes for sure, but the skin tone is just way too bad in my opinion. There seems to be something wrong with his right cheekbone as well. Moving on to the masked portraits with the skin tone, gotta say this is one of the best skin tones I've seen lately. It looks like quite real in my opinion. However, if only they didn't paint the gaps on his teeth with black. Not much of an eyesore though. Also, wet effects would have been nice. Lastly is the blacked out portrait. Honestly, not much to appreciate here as it is only black, but it is the portrait that I love the most. Now, this piece didn't go without problems. First problem I encountered was I can't install Magneto to the base. At first, I thought it was just fitment or alignment issue, so I tried to fix that with a heat blower. When I thought I already installed him properly, I discovered that the blue thing he is stepping on his left foot isn't installed properly to the base. After further investigation, we discovered that one of the turbine's propeller is preventing it to go all the way into the base. After using the heat blower for maybe 15 to 20 minutes on that specific area, I was finally able to adjust it and thus making the piece fit nicely. It's not flush but a lot better than before. The second thing is the aura on the front right here. As you can see, it is still not yet all the way in. I also made the biggest mistake as I drilled it further than it needed to, so it made a hole on the other part of the base. It's honestly not visible at all on any angles for that matter, but it is there. I drilled it because I thought the keyhole wasn't deep enough for the key, but what actually happened is the resin that holds the key has expanded and won't fit in the keyhole anymore. I heat blowered that area for about 10 minutes and was able to put it deeper a bit. Problem now is the aura can't be removed without extreme force. Some other comments I have for this statue is the cape is extremely heavy. I was expecting it to be a lot lighter. Not sure how long this will hold up with its weight and how wobbly the statue is. Looks like this won't survive an earthquake, to be honest. Engineering is definitely quite questionable on this one, though I am not an expert on this matter. I just don't trust it. So both Magneto's foot rests on this blue metal thing on the base, which isn't part of the base actually. They key in through at the sides of the base, though Magneto's left foot does have a key and might actually be long enough to actually be inside the base. Just not sure about everything else. And like I said, the cape is extremely heavy. I mean, look at the cape. Wouldn't you be scared of that? And look how it wobbles if I shake the table to simulate an earthquake. Anyway, overall, I'd say the statue has pretty good concept and good scope, but it got dragged down by the paint and engineering, and a bit underscaled. I'd give this statue a 5. As good as it looks, there's just not guaranteeing if it'll hold up long term. If you're looking for something else to watch, you can check out my unboxing and review of this Magneto on Throne. This is it for this video. This is Carl, and see you in the next one.